Hey, this is Brian Nelson with MyTopProducer.net, and I'm about to share with you my 3 best sources of buyer and seller leads for real estate agents. But before I do, I want you to click on the link either above, below, or off to the right of this video and become a member of our mastermind team. Now that you've done that, here are my 3 best sources of listing leads for real estate agents.
My first and by far my favorite source of listing leads is the Real Estate Data Exchange listing lead software. Now what the software does is it scrubs a number of different classified sites throughout the internet, pulls those for sale by owner listings down from the internet, and then scrubs those against a number of different databases, including tax rolls, including ownership records, including the do not call registry, to give you a complete picture of what the lead is. It saves hours versus trying to comb through Craigslist and trying to find listing leads that are not posted by agents but are instead posted by for sale by owners, and it is a fantastic tool. So what you do is you simply open up the website or open up the software, and it is a software that actually sits on your desktop. As you can see, these are the leads I have not gone through yet today. If there's a telephone, that means their phone number is not on the do not call registry, so I can call them directly. If there's an X, that means they are on the DNC list, and there's other ways to follow up with them. So we'll go ahead and click through this lead just to take a look at it, and this is the information that's provided: the phone number, picture of the property, ownership information, and then any of the data that the software was able to pull from the different databases that it scrubs. And then this is the actual for sale by owner listing that they've posted on the classified site. So with this lead, because their phone number is available, what I would do is contact them and take a little bit different approach than most realtors. Most realtors are call and say, how's it going? How many agents have called you this week? Is there any way I can stop by? What I do is I assume that I'm already working with the client and start providing them with the marketing tools to sell their home. So instead of saying, hey, I'd like to list your house, I call them and say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm looking for buyers in the area. I would like to advertise your property online to see if I can't find a buyer. Now, the advantage to you is we might be able to find a buyer for your home. The advantage to me is if they pass on your home, chances are I can convert them into one of my clients and I'd be able to sell them a different home. Would you be open to working with me on that? They say yes, fantastic. I'd like to create a virtual tour. Can I stop by and start taking pictures of your home? Or if they send you images, either way, your goal is to get a face-to-face meeting with these people and turn them into a listing. And it does take a number of different contacts. It's not something you can generally on the first meeting get them to sign. But if you do your follow-up correctly, these are a fantastic source of listing leads. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the Real Estate Data Exchange, simply go to www.mytopproducer.net/FSBO. And there's a discount link if you actually want to register for their software and their service or try it out for a short period. But go to that link and that will give you some information on the RedX for sale by owner. Now my second source of most favorite source of new business, and this is primarily for buyer leads but also listing leads, is Craigslist. So once again, we do Craigslist a little bit differently than a lot of different agents. For Craigslist, we try to have at least 100 different active listings at any given time. So how we do that is, first of all, we post our own listings. That's a given. We also go to our broker and ask any of the agents in our office if we can also post their listings on Craigslist. Now, per the realtor guidelines, those agents need to get permission from their clients in order for you to do that, but generally it's not an issue. So you post all of the listings that are under your broker on Craigslist. In addition to that, we grab listings from the HUD list. We go to HUD Home Store and grab all of the listings off of HUD and post those. So the intent is to get between 80 and 200 different ads running at all times on Craigslist. And these are seller ads, because the more ads you have, the greater the likelihood someone's going to click through your link, contact you, and ask for more information. Now let me show you what the ads actually look like. So what we've done is when we take an ad on Craigslist, first of all, we want a good headline. We use alternate upper and lower case. If there's pictures associated with the listing, we add the number of pics, and we don't put those pics on the Craigslist ad because the intent with Craigslist is to filter people through to your own website where they can become your client, where you can capture them, capture their information, and put them into a follow-up sequence where you'll convert them into a client. So what we do is we pick 2 or 3 of the inside pictures. Generally, we don't photograph or add photos of the outside unless they're like this where they don't show the entire thing, because we want people to be curious and look for the additional pictures on your website. Because Craigslist no longer allows HTML, what we've done is we've just added text, copy and paste the link below to see all the pictures of this home. And then what we do is we've got in bold, here's the link to copy to get more details, and then the property information below that. So when people click through, they're brought to our website. In this instance, this is a market leader website, and it has property information and that data. Now, after people click through this website 2 or 3 times, a pop-up window will show up requesting that they register, and that's where we capture their information and capture their data as a lead. So if you, regardless of where you send them, what you want to do is send people from Craigslist to a website where you can capture their information. Now for seller leads, we do something very similar. We'll post something like save $20,000 on this home, or my performance guarantee, I'll give you $300. And when your prospects click through that, they're brought to a page that looks like this. So this is an image. Paste the link below to download your free report. Once again, copy and paste. And it brings them to a page that looks pretty identical to this image. And the reason for that is because you don't want to break in the experience. If this is what they're used to looking at, you want the next page they see to look very similar, so they land on it and go, hey, I'm in the right place, now I need to take the next step. They'll fill out this information, you'll get their email information, you put them into a follow-up sequence and convert them into a listing. So that's my second most favorite source of listing leads and buyer leads as well. My third one is simply Facebook. Now, what we do with Facebook is paid advertising. So we're going to click on paid advertising here. And actually we'll bring up this window. And what we're going to do, first of all, you go into Manage Ads. Now, this is how you manage your advertising in Facebook. What we're going to do is, now we're in Google Chrome. You have to be in Google Chrome to do this. We're going to hit the Power Editor. And that's how we're going to make our ads, because that's the best way to really target, as well as be able to post ads that don't show up on your page yet. The reason we want to do that is because by posting the ads that don't show up on your page yet, or don't show up on your page, you can add a lot of different advertisements and test which ones are going to be most effective. So with this, let's create an ad. We're going to call it Test Ad. And then you can choose a couple different things with what you want to do. So you can click clicks to website, page post engagements, which are likes, interactions with your post, page likes, app installs, any of these. We're going to choose clicks to website. And we're going to choose the Mastermind. We'll choose I Love Realtors as an example. Or actually, we're going to choose something different. We'll choose Top Producers. We'll choose our Top Producer website. Now, the next thing you can do is, if you have a post you want to promote, you just choose it from the drop-down. If you want to create a new one, you click this button right above it, click New Unpublished Post, and now you can add a link, the text, the button, all the information. And as you can see, you can add a link or a video, status update, or an offer. For most of what you're going to be doing, you want to use a link to a URL, just because you're going to be clicking people to a lead capture site. So let's see if we can't get the, there's the link we're going to be sending people to right there. So we'll go back to that and post that as the link. As the text, what we're going to say is I saved $20,000 using this approach. You always want to include the link in your text because it'll show up above the video or above the picture, above the information. Now, Facebook has recently added buttons that you can add. So we're going to say learn more, and then the link, we're actually going to copy this information, use that as the description, and use the headline, save $20,000, your next home. This display link, this information is the information, the descriptor for the actual link itself. So for this, we're just going to brand it and call it Brian Nelso. And now finally, we're going to add a picture. Now with the picture, we've got a number of things you can select. I'm just going to add a picture of myself. For any of the ads you're posting, you always want to include a picture of a person, preferably one looking out at the screen or out from the screen. The reason for that is because people are engaged with pictures of people. So we'll add that, create the post, and it's going to think about it for a couple minutes, and then it'll appear off to the right-hand side. Now once it appears, we're going to target who we want to see this post. We're going to target by demographic. So this is the way that this particular post will appear in people's newsfeed. If you want to advertise on the right-hand column, this is how it'll show up. So we're going to do it on the newsfeed and avoid the right-hand column. So now that we've got our creative, our ad, we're going to go down. We're going to choose just to show up on desktop and mobile news feeds, not on the right-hand column. Moving on, we're going to choose the audience that we want to see this particular ad. So for this one, we're going to focus on the entire state of Utah. We can focus on a zip code, a city, a state, and I want people that are of age to buy a house. And generally, I like to segment the age groups because different ages, you'll get different responses for different ads. I also like to segment by gender, men or women, for these ads. So in this instance, we're focusing on Utah, 24 to 35 age, and women. Now let's go down and target the demographics that are going to be most likely to be looking to buy or sell a house. So going down a little bit farther, let's choose family status. People that are engaged, expecting parents, newlyweds. All of those are great targets for our demographics. That's 17,000 people. So we'll choose more demographics. Let's see relationship status. This is another way that you can choose. In a relationship or separated, they might be looking to sell a house. Or let's see if we can't find engaged as well. Oh, for some reason it's freezing up right there, but we'll wait. Okay. So we'll actually clear out those that status just because we've got such a low level. So you've got 17,400 people that are engaged or newlyweds or expecting parents, which are very good targets for people that are looking to buy or sell a home. So that's our demographic targeting. Now we're going to go on optimization and pricing. And you can choose three things. You can choose optimize CPM, have Facebook do everything. I wouldn't recommend doing that just because they will spend your budget very quickly. Choose cost per thousand, which you should go to after you've optimized your ads and are getting at least a 1% or greater click-through rate. But to start out, we'll start out with cost per click. Now your recommended bid rate is between 24 and 52 cents for this target. I always recommend starting at least a few cents higher when you start or when you place an ad. The reason for that is because you want your ad seen as with seen by as many people as possible, and you will rarely actually have to pay the full bid amount. Usually it'll be significantly lower. And if you get a click-through rate above 1%, it should be around this lower number or even below that, depending on the response. So now you've got the advertisement. This is how it'll look. It'll only show up in the desktop feed. When people click through, this is what they're going to be looking at. They're going to get sent through to this lead capture page, and once they come through, hit the lead capture page, they'll give you their information, follow up with an email sequence, and turn them into a client. So that is my third most favorite way to generate a huge number of buyer and seller listing leads. So just to recap, we have the Real Estate Data Exchange for all of your for sale by owner expired listing leads, and this is where I do most of my outbound calling, is using this software because it saves hours of time and you'd be amazed at the response you get. Then we've got the Craigslist ads and how to use those, and once again you want at least 100 ads running at a time. And then finally the Facebook advertising and how to post those ads. Now those are paid ads, but they do generate a lot of new leads. So finally, if you wanted to find out a little bit more about the Real Estate Data Exchange, I think I'll include the link on our website, but also it's right here, mytopproducer.net/FSBO. And once again, this is Brian Nelson. I would like you to, at this point, if you have not already, click the link either above, below, or off to the side of this video and join our mastermind team. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found this interesting.